Bloody snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Buffalo Rumble could join us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot nanny.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Well, what a weekend. Thought I'd jump on here and do a bit of an update as the Pits team are all on their way back to Christchurch and Invercargill and wherever else and Dunedin, I think, as well. So I'm just in here in my motel room I'm going to go spend the day with the Stratford family in Nelson here, and they're going to give me a ride to the airport later on this afternoon or later on tonight, 5 o'clock. I've got a flight out of Nelson, the sunny Nelson today. I'm just looking at my terrain. It's very, very sunny out there. So yeah, the Stratford family will come get me when they're ready, I suppose, and we'll go up and get some lunch and have a catch up and enjoy the day. They were very, very helpful and great people when we were on the Rees tour down here actually last year, and came out and helped us get some washing done and borrowed the shower and stuff. So yeah, great family, great Speedway family. Last year for their daughter to be doing mini stocks this year. I believe she was racing on the weekends last night and that. So I haven't heard how she did, but I hope she did well. But anyway, good morning, Scotty. Up to sea. I've been waiting for that. Up to sea. Holy moly. Morning, the South Holland Modifieds. Aaron, my brother, mate, how are you this morning? Wow, what do you say about I've been to some New Zealand championships, I've been to modified New Zealand championships, I've been to stock car New Zealand championships, I've been to Super Saloon New Zealand championships, but wow. New Zealand Streetstock Championships. The South Island Streetstock boys, they do it different down here. I was told last night at the start of the night by a couple of people down there, it's been 7 years since, I understand this to be true, it's been 7 years since a North Island car has podiumed at the New Zealand Street Stock Champs. And that just shows you the domination of the South Island Street Stocks. And I mean, I just, for me, it was a first, the New Zealand Street Stock Championships. I'm still reeling about it. I'm sitting here this morning thinking, having a coffee, going, wow, what did I just watch? It was just freaking outstanding. The three heats last night, it all started in the first heat. I mean, I don't know who watched it last night, the stream with the pits, but it all began. So a couple of firsts for me this weekend, which was morning, Murray, my bro, which was one, I got to come down here, and it was an absolute privilege and honour to be able to be part of this event for New Zealand Street Stocks. And two, I finally got to watch a race from the middle. So the third heat last night, I got to watch it from the infield with my microphone and got to talk to the young man. I don't know if people saw it, they probably see Morgan Dumlow. She's got some awesome footage up on her Facebook with the roll over the street stock, a couple of wagons. Man, he went high, and he ended up on the fence straight up and down. And just wow. Aaron Ferguson, never seen you for a while, mate. Good morning. And got to talk to him, and he was just pumped. He came off, and I talked to him, and he was just pumped a bit. It's like, that was cool, sort of thing, And yeah, that was pretty cool. So to be able to watch it from the infield, the only trouble is when you watch from the infield. I found almost twist my freaking neck off. You're turning, spinning. You're spinning around in circles. It's a very cool perspective to see, but I think I'd prefer to watch a race from the outfield because you get to see a little bit more, so to speak, you know. Scotty Palmer, yeah, that's him, Scotty Honeybone. But talking to the 123 NZ as well last night, getting to interview them and the 1NZ, they were just, you know, just awesome. They're just awesome guys, like everyone who spoke to. It's funny, isn't it? You know, like we got there on the Friday. Good morning, Cody. I got a picture sent through, so I get a bit sidetracked, haven't I? This stuff. Cody Hutter, my friend or wifey, who was watching, but I got a picture sent with that 3NZ on there, but it looks pretty sharp, pretty cool. Try taking photos at the same time on there. Yeah, go on, Muddy. You're supposed to be multi-talented, mate. What are you talking about? Now, where was I? Oh, talking to them after the race, the 1NZ, 2NZ, 3NZ. It was awesome. But what was funny was on the Friday when we got there, we went to talk to a lot of these guys and girls out there. They ran away from us, Streetstock drivers. Don't want to talk on the camera, you know. And then some of them that won heats that were run away, they had no problems with getting out of their car and chatting to us, which is really cool, you know. At the end of the day, if you're a race car driver and we come over to talk to you after a race or whatever, it's not for our benefit. It's for the crowd, the fans' benefit. It's for your benefit because it gives you a chance to talk about your sponsors and what you do and the people that support you. So when I do an interview, it's not about me. That's what I always say to the camera guy. Don't put the camera on me. Put the camera on the driver because they're the ones we're here for. You know, I'm not out there to make my ugly mug even bigger on a screen when it comes to interviewing people. I just want you to know about that driver I'm talking about. And 32 in Christchurch. I can one up you there, Mikey D. It's supposed to be 36 at Hawke's Bay today. Because I'm from Hawke's Bay, I just got an alert on my phone telling me to be careful with the heat. So I'm glad I'm not getting there till 5 o'clock today. But anyway, 7 o'clock tonight, actually, I don't get home till. But yeah, so that's what it's all about. So if you are a driver and we come talk to you, and at the end of the day, I know it's nerve-wracking. Like I was the same when I first started doing this with my mate Kinzer, and Kinzer taught me a lot, and he gave me the confidence to be able to speak and do this stuff. Where to the point that last night I was asked to do the presentations in the club rooms to all the winners. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I couldn't have done that. I couldn't have stood up in front of people and done all this. So, you know, it's such a big thing, you know. My mate Kinzer, and originally Aaron Lewis helped us with our first ever live, you know, Gareth 16 at Stratford. They've given me the confidence, and I believe that the drivers, the more you talk to us as media, because for me, Kins and the Pits Media, we have no ulterior motives. We have nothing. We're not there for likes. We're not there for views. We're there to talk to you, and we're there to help you get your sponsors out there. And we treat it like we're sitting around your race car having a beer or Coke or coffee and just talking racing, you know, and that's what it's about. So, yeah, just relax and enjoy it and make the most of it. It can only be good for you and your sponsors. But the weekend's racing. So we'll start with, we're talking Streetstock, so let's talk Streetstocks here. You get 1NZ 27C Paul Leslie. Just fantastic. What a great drive in that final race. Did what he had to do all night. And then we had the 433C Matt Pedersen and 35C Jono Gavelli, I think it is, in a runoff situation. And it took a while to get that runoff done. And I'll give you a bit of an insight into that because I was privy to it all, of course, being there. The fact was that such a short period of time, I believe, that the officials wanted to give them 20 minutes to get the cars sorted because they really want. One was struggling. They had to push him into the area where they check they take fuel samples of the winners in the street stocks, and then they check something in the engine and they tag it and cap it. And I said to the official, why are you if there's going to be a runoff, why are you checking that now and not letting them go to the runoff and then come back and check that? And they said to me that it's basically the championship had been decided. So 1NZ had been confirmed, 2 and 3NZ were confirmed too, but they didn't know the order in which they were going to be done. So it made sense. That's why they did it. They were going to check the order after. So the championship had been decided. The top 3 were there, no matter what. So you check those engines, check the fuel samples and whatever else they do, and then send them out for their repecharge. So that's how that works. If people were wondering about that, why they were waiting, why this and that happened, that's what it was. And of course, the clerk of the course and that were coming up talking to me and saying, like, we're going to give them 20 minutes because one guy was ready and the other one needed to get some work done. So basically, Matt Pedersen was ready and Jono was still needing to get his car sorted. We watched them push that into the no-go area where you've got to wait while the officials check everything. But yeah, so that's just a little bit of insight into how that works and what it is. Mikey D, agree. Free promotion for a sponsor without them, the sport hurts. Jono, that's correct. Aaron Fiction, thank you, buddy. Mikey, those C Streeties were just a class act over the whole weekend. I bet the New Zealand supporters brought all the tissues from Pack and Save. Oh, Mikey, just celebrating style, mate. Tissues. I can tell you that I watch these guys in the club rooms after racing and C, D, or bloody N, they were all having a laugh and fun, and yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know if you need to say tissues, Mikey. The C Streeties were a class act. I mean, all of them. I think all of them are a class act, to be fair. I am hooked, and I will be there next year with bloody bells on in Gisborne for the New Zealand Champs in Gisborne. And of course, we all know how much I love Gisborne Speedway. So yeah, I'll be there with frickin' bells on for the Gisborne Speedway New Zealand Streetstock Champs next year. That'll be out the gate good. I mean, frickity frick. It's going to be awesome. And I'm telling you now, if you haven't been to a New Zealand Streetstock Championship, put it on your bucket list because, wow, it's just, I don't know. I just don't know how to explain it. I can't put it into words properly. I was just blown away by it. Another thing that was cool, let me just grab this, is last night, sorry, in and out. Last night, I suppose, I've been talking about how we are going to announce something big that we're going to run out across the whole of New Zealand. A few people know about it. I've got a few tracks behind me now that are going to support what we're going to do. And Nelson last night, I did the presentation for the awards, and man, did the Street Boys go off. It was awesome. And they gave me a shirt here. I know, Mikey, it's okay, bro. That is signed by all the Streetstock drivers. Now, I'm going to auction this off to raise some money for something that we're releasing. I can't give you all the information, but we have a Streetstock 2026 New Zealand Streetstock shirt signed by all the drivers. So that's pretty cool. So someone who's a true Streetstock fan, or even just a racing fan, is going to love to own that. So I know Jessica, Jason's partner, she said to me, I want to buy that. Wonder if Jason will let me or help me buy that. So we'll keep you in touch about that for the when we start bringing that up and get everything else closer to what we're doing in the background for that. So as a wrap for New Zealand Streetstocks, can't beat it. Nelson Speedway, the officials, everybody there, the way they looked after us, the way they treated us, the way the drivers treated us, the whole package. If I was have to do Uber stars or something, I don't know how that works, but it'd be 5-6 stars. It was just fantastic. It was a great experience, great weekend. And to the Pits TV, Jason, the team, thank you for allowing me to come and do this. Jason, thank you for bringing me up to the to Nelson or down to Nelson. I always say up, to be a part of this. Just such a great event. Would have been cool if I had my mate Kins with me. But I had Gabe, who's normally in the box with Kins at Huntley Speedway. And Gabe, absolute pleasure, my friend. We work well together, I think, and I hope we get to do more and more stuff together. It was just absolute privilege and honour to be a part of and to work for the Pits TV as a pit commentator. Really, really enjoying that. Enjoying doing that at the moment. I've had 3 weeks of it now. I got to do it for the New Zealand Modifieds, which blew me away because Brad Lane, my good mate Brad, he won it, and got to be a part of the Ocean View 5000 with the kids down there, and that was awesome as well. Good to meet you too, Zoe. It's just, and working with those commentators at Nelson Speedway, they did a fantastic job. They had 3 of them up there, but the talk back between them during the night was fantastic, and I think that gives another perspective. You know, when we're in the pit seeing what we're doing and we're having a conversation with the commentator at the front, it's awesome. And of course, the crowd. Wow, every time I yelled to the crowd, let's go, and let's rock this chicken. When I yelled out the old let's rock this chicken, a few people had a bit of a laugh and looked at me because they obviously haven't seen the show or see me, but that's what I used to say, let's rock this chicken and give it the hoot nanny. So let's see, that might be the next thing, eh? Let's rock this chicken when we get all excited for a big event. But yeah, people had a bit of a giggle, which was funny. I had a laugh about it. I was out in the middle and I got all excited and yelled that out, and all the crews and the recovery out there, they're all looking at me having a giggle. So that was cool. But overall, awesome event. Thank you to everybody involved. Thank you to all those that looked after us. Can't wait to come back to Nelson Speedway and do something again. Awesome. Right, let's move on. I got on the old Facebook this morning and had a look around for information pertaining to the New Zealand Superstock GP at Stratford Speedway. Now, I saw a lot of people making comments about, obviously, William Humphries. They said, you've won it, or whoever said he'd won it. It was still provisional. It was not confirmed, from what I can understand and information I've been looking at this morning, that he was in the trailer when they called him up for a runoff with Hamish Booker. Now, this is the reason I'm moving our show away from Facebook, is for people out there that make stupid comments. They don't engage their brain before they open their shit mixer, basically. It's the comments out there without knowing the facts and making statements on posts over Facebook saying, typical SNZ, they should have done better. What happens if a 10-minute rule and of protests and all this other stuff? From what I can gather is that a car dropped its loop and transponder, and they were working on that. So the time it took to figure out and count back laps, so it wasn't actually a protest as such, I believe. I could be wrong, but based on most things I've read this morning, was that this is what happened. So a car missed the loop, and then they had to try and figure it out. So it took that time to get the correct results, moving points around, because that car had done. So you got to think they got to go back to their lap scorers, work it all out, and do all that, and then make a decision and then go from there. It's unlucky, yes, that this happened, and it's unlucky for William that he thought he'd won a championship, and then it gets, hey, you're in a runoff. And yes, that can put you in the wrong state of mind on the track. But at the end of the day, for me, a seasoned racer and an X1NZ like William Humphries should be able to get his trailer off, his car out of a trailer, get the job focused, and get on it. Okay. I've watched a replay this morning of the runoff, and to me, Hamish Booker had the fastest car, and he caught him up, and William had to brake. He spun him, and he got away with it. and that's what we call a runoff, you know. And so yeah, this bullshit of some of you out there saying, oh, SNZ rules make their own rules. Oh, it's because it was an S car and a protest. Before you engage that shit mixer, get the facts. Seriously. Look around, find out what really happened. Don't just make a stupid comment, because that's what, unfortunately, wrecks our sport. You know, I know you have passion, and maybe you're a huge fan of William, and you're really gutted, and you think, shit, fucking, sorry for swearing, then you know, and you think maybe, oh man, and you burst it out. Trust me, take a breath, have a look, get the right information, and then make a comment if you want to, because if we don't all start promoting our sport in this positive light that me and kids have been trying to do for the last 3 years, it just keeps bringing it down. It's not good enough. Someone from the outside looking in, whether it be a spectator or a potential sponsor for somebody on a car, goes here and sees all these comments, thinks, I don't want to be a part of that sport. I want to sponsor that person. Look at the crap that they have to deal with. That's not good for my name as a sponsor if someone's yelling and blah, blah, blah. So it's big picture stuff, you know, to promote and make our sport better. Is everybody that comments out there, you looked at, and it could potentially be the fact that could cause someone to think, oh, I'm going to sponsor this, and then think, oh, look how bad it is in their social media and the rah, rah, rah. And it stops it. So that's what I want to say. You know, just get the facts. As far as I am aware, that's what happened. And someone else just put up there, I think if I go back from my comments, it was a loop problem. That's what I believe happened as well. So yeah, just oh, there we go. Jono Smith. Thanks, Jono. Correct. It was the transponder issue. So you know, if your transponder drops for a race, it's not a quick fix to just get it sorted. And let's face it, it's a New Zealand championship event, SNZ championship event. So they need to get it right, because if they don't get it right, imagine what would go on Facebook after that, you know. So if they didn't correct that situation, someone found out about it and said, why didn't they do this? Then we'd all be up in arms about with that. So there was no protest yet. That's right. The SNZ don't make the rules up as they go along. You know, what other people think actually does happen. You know, some of you guys and girls out there think they just play willy-nilly with the rules. They don't. They don't do that. They do very good. I've been dealing with doing what we're doing in the pits a bit. We've dealt and spoke to a lot of referees and head referees now. And you got to remember, these guys are volunteers and they're doing the best job they can. And at the end of the day, everybody is only human. And yes, mistakes will happen. But why are you ridiculing someone for making a mistake? When someone makes a mistake, you talk about it, you support them, you move on. That's in the past, it's done. You don't put them down. You don't ridicule them. You don't threaten their family. You don't do all that shit. Just, they're human. People make mistakes. And if you're one of those people saying, oh, blah, 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 this shouldn't happen, take a look at yourself in the mirror and say, have I ever made a mistake that you know, and I'm pretty sure you have. So, yeah. But other than that, I believe very, very successful night at Stratford Speedway. Unfortunately, there was a power cut that killed the service for Jason, the Pits TV there, but he remedied that problem quick, smart, and replayed. He was talking to me last night. He was not. Listen, that's another thing. He was so angry about it breaking down for you people. He has set himself to a very high standard of what he wants to produce for you to see coming out of his streams. And I was talking to him last night. We got back here about 12:30, 1 o'clock, and he was just not happy. He said, Books, you know, and because he wants to produce a stream. And the worst thing, he says, it happened between halfway through the second heat of the GP. So he wasn't happy. But he did fix it and did replay it straight away for everybody. So I hope you all understand sometimes things are just out of your control. I mean, Jason spends a lot of money on his gear, and I've looked at it this weekend. Man, I thought I was spending some money on our gear to make ourselves try and give you guys a product that's just us talking, you know, let alone filming racing. But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad you guys all stick and understand. A lot of people understand it. Some people are trying to I don't know, just be arseholes at the end of the day. Oh, this media company wouldn't have done that. They don't have these problems. Sorry, but they do have these problems. And there's a lot of companies that do have problems. And I've seen a new media company, it's had problems as well. So, it happens to the best of us. You can't be 100% perfect 24/7 every day of the year. It just doesn't happen. So just take that into consideration when you do stuff. It happens. Shit happens. Enjoy it. Be glad that we've got, not to mention the money and hours and time to go. That's right. That's exactly it, Cheryl. It's they're just trying. Everyone's trying to make the sport better. No one's deliberately going out there to rip you off and to make it hard for you. So yeah, I just think that I love the sport, and so did my mate Kins. That's why we do it. That's why we do what we do with interviews and follow it around and try and do it. We don't do it for the likes. We don't do it for the page views and all the rest of it. And we're going to prove that by taking this trackside off Facebook and going to our own streaming platform, which will be you can sign up to subscribe platform, and every week there'll be prizes given away to people that are subscribed. So we'll do random draws every week for subscribed drivers, subscribed people to the show. So it's the same as being subscribed to us on Facebook, except for we'll be on our own platform. You'll still be able to make comments, and you'll still be on the YouTube as well. So you better make comments on there and on our Facebook, on our own platform, which will also have this other thing that we're bringing out for the whole of New Zealand, which is exciting as well. I can't say too much more about that, but I'm excited to bring it to you very, very soon. A lot of work in the background preparing. But we're going to roll out. But yeah, it was good to see other people I got to catch up with. Morgan Dumlow, she got an award. She was in the awards with us last year. Man, she does some great shots. She got a little drone now too, which is pretty cool. I think that's awesome. I saw this drone above me. Oh, look at that little bloody thing. What's that doing? And then I saw her with a shot. So she caught that rollover shot with the two in the third heat with they stuck on the wall. So yeah, she's doing some cool stuff as well. She's in Stratford all night. It was fantastic championship. It was the Queen of the Mountain. Yeah, and the King of the Mountain. They tell me that was good. I think Keegan Levine won the King of the Mountain. I'm not sure who won the Queen. If you can tell me that, that'd be great. Because I don't use Facebook other than really for my show here, I miss a lot of the stuff. So for me to see a lot of it, I've got to really search around and try and find information. So if anyone's got that information, who got Queen of the Mountain? Who won that? I know Keegan. I saw Keegan Levine that won the King, but I don't know. Cost 150 plus each time we go to a meeting. Your son loves it and brought up. Yeah, that's awesome, Cheryl. Yeah. So yeah, if anyone could tell me who won that, that'd be cool. Oh, yeah. I'm looking forward to. Oh, Brittany. Oh, really? Oh, well, there you go. Brittany Carpenter. Well, there you go, Brits. Well done. I saw Ethan won a race too. I'm not sure where he finished up in the. Shivers. Looks like the pits has gone live too, and I just had a message come up. It's all happening in the background here. I got things happening all over I'm on my laptop, so I believe Jace has gone live too. So he must be in his truck driving along. They left early this morning, left me behind in the motel room to mind my own business and do what I'm doing here. But look, I won't hold everyone up much longer. To Nelson Speedway and all the Streetstock drivers, thank you so much. Had a great time, enjoyed it. I'm hoping to get the 1, 2, 3 and Z on the show this week, upcoming week. Also, I'm hoping to get the winner of the GP on, and also our 1, 2, 3 from defenders for the New Zealand Championship on. So it'll be another big show this week, hopefully. Please keep an eye on the page. We'll probably... Elmo, mate, you've done New Zealand Champions. You're the man that would have loved being in Nelson with me watching this. I can tip you. But yeah, keep it on the page this week for updates on what's happening. But we might start the show a little bit earlier on Wednesday night, due to how packed it will be, because I also believe awesome contrary on Kins at Huntley. That's awesome. Kins always does well. He's a legend, mate. I do believe, I think that because there's a stock car teams meeting at Huntley this weekend coming as well, and I think that Reed and Fiona are going to come on and do that draw for the teams there on the show Wednesday night as well. So we'll let the stock car draw. Yeah, very, very busy show. They get very busy, don't they, when you get into the championship side of a season with all that's so happening. So, but thanks for listening to me bleat on this morning. I just wanted to say a big thanks to everybody that was a part of this weekend. I really enjoyed it. I hope you out there enjoyed whatever footage or where you went today over the weekend with your racing. And if you're going to the New Zealand Championship in Wellington this weekend, please be safe travelling down there. It gets a bit hectic on those roads close to Wellington. And, of course, all the action is brought to you this weekend for the New Zealand Championship by the Pits TV. Jason, the team there, will have a go. You've got Bianca and Jordan Deere in your pits doing your commentary, which is a great idea having Jordan Deere there, because he'll give you a perspective of the driver and what goes through their mind as you go through the heat. So I think that's a great idea. They're doing that. So, if you can't make it to Wellington, can't get your backside tracks. So, I'm also going to get hold of Lexi and see if we can get her on. She can give us all the final do's and don'ts and ins and outs of the championship. But other than that, have a fantastic day. Have a great week this week coming up. If you go back to work on Monday, I hope work is awesome and you have a fantastic day. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate it that you all are still supporting us, and look forward to talking to you Wednesday. Thank you so much and have a great rest of your weekend.
Holy snapping duck shit.
My good mate from Bumping Around Book could join us.
I'm excited for another great show tonight. Give it the hoot now.